folks. So we're here at CCAA Shopping Nova Iguaçu with one more talk show. And we have, of course, we always have special people, but today we have a very special guy who works with us, very near us. And I want to tell you, I'm Connie, you know. I'm always interviewing these special guys. I don't know why, because I was entitled to doing this. The guy today is somehow special. I'm going to tell you some details. Listen, Spanish, music, astrology, cooking, international relations, let me see, hotel management. Is anything missing? No. If you say English, no. He has been an excellent English student at CCAA, and therefore he's got great English. Our guest today is our beloved Dan. It's not Daniel, D-A accent. Dan, right?
That's right, that's right. Thank you so much for having me.
I remember when I discovered it was not Dan.
True.
Yeah. Is it Dan? Dan? And why is it Dan?
Well, actually, funny story. My family's last name is Dantas. And my mom calls my father Dan. So, I am the only boy in my family. So she wanted to give him a homage and call the boy Dan. But she didn't want to do it as D-A-N. She wanted to be something different. D-A accent, you see? So that's my real name, Dan. And everybody thinks it's Daniel or Danilo or Danube or whatever.
So I'm discovering something. It's not a nickname.
No, it's my real name, I swear.
It's your real name, you see? I swear. And your mother chose it?
Yeah, and then we found out it's actually a biblical name.
Oh, really?
It's from one of the 12 tribes from Israel. So, but that was like after, I was already born, and
but she knew it before.
She didn't.
My God! So you were prior to the tribe and everything.
Exactly, but I had no idea. That's interesting.
But sometimes we don't know. We know.
Sure.
Right.
That's it.
I would love to ask you about these things, but you have to come here again.
Okay.
How come he gives name to a tribe he didn't know it would exist, and there might be some interesting story. And as a psychoanalyst, I love this.
We gotta have that conversation. We gotta have that conversation.
Sure. We have been adding one thing after another.
Sure, I apologize for that.
No, it's our fault, not your fault. Well, guys, so we always want to bring you the opportunity of interacting with us, speaking English, knowing about the special people, what these people have done in life, and passing by CCAA and having some experience with us, getting things in life, achieving things in life, and becoming successful somehow. When we say successful, we don't mean on TV. We mean successful in what this person is doing. We also want to inspire you, to give you other looks, things that you could do and you maybe didn't think of. Dan has traveled a lot, if you don't know. Well, let me see if I remember, because the one interviewing has to know. It's good because we investigate. I'm not a gospeler, but we investigate people's lives. And if I'm mistaken, you help me with the list.
All right.
So he's been.
That's not so long.
To the U.S. twice.
Yes.
He's been to a place in Palestine, Bolivia, Israel. Help me. Egypt. One more.
And Paraguay.
Let's listen to him, because I want to know, how come you've visited so many places? If it has all been for tourism, or what made you go? And maybe tell us, for me not to interrupt you all the time, tell us your adaptation, if you made friends, what you were doing there, what was hard, what was easy. Could you tell us a little?
Sure, my pleasure. So the main reason for each country is different. I traveled to Bolivia in 2012 for a mission program. I was part of an institution, a religious institution, and I was called by one of my pastors to go to Bolivia and to do this mission program, which was like an amazing experience. When you get the exchange and when you trade your culture with other cultures, and when you help out people with lots and lots of things, it's like so rewarding. And so Bolivia was the mission thing. The United States was for fun. Come on. It's both times. But the second time, I went all by myself. I decided to travel all by myself. Because, you know, once again, it's having the experience of being a grown-up and go and do that. And I love New York, so I had to go there. It's like my favorite city in the entire world. And I had to go there by myself and had that experience myself. So it was great.
Your own money? Your own money? Going by yourself?
Yeah. I regret that a little bit, you know.
But did you make that money with English?
Oh, no. Oh, well, actually, I mean, English opened so many doors for me. Guys, I can even tell you how many things I have accomplished because of English. I have decided to go on my academic life because of English. Everything that I did in school was because of English. It was because of loving how to learn different languages, and English opened the doors for me. And so Israel and Egypt was a funny thing. I worked, I worked as a tourism company. And I was invited by my previous boss, my former boss, to go on that pilgrimage trip, which we started in Egypt, and then we went to Israel, and we stopped in some place in Palestine. You know, I'm not a religious person, but I have, you know, like a spiritual thing in here. And I wanted to visit Egypt because of it's magical. It's magical. And Israel because of my faith. And Dan is one of the tribes from Israel. So I had the chance to hear a little bit more of that and of myself. You know.
Did you visit the tribe?
No, because the tribe was from the past, way past. When Jacob had, you know, 12 sons, and they had to divide all the territory from Israel, you know, between the sons.
I had understood your name came, and then the tribe.
No, I'm sorry if I mistake you.
I had understood it.
Yeah. So it was really interesting for me, especially Israel and Egypt, because, guys, if you don't know, I have a bachelor's degree in international relations, so I studied politics so much in my entire life, and English altogether. And then having the chance to be in another country and talking to people and learning their culture, and not only absorbing what you hear from the media, but you're there. You know, that is rich. That is really rich. And having the knowledge of politics and having the knowledge of communication, English, right? It's amazing. It is like outstanding. So I developed that passion for traveling because of English and because of international relations. So yeah.
How long did you stay in each country?
Not more than a month. You know, we are Brazilians. It's too expensive to travel abroad, especially for those particular countries. And it was, especially to Israel and Egypt, It was something really tight. The schedule was tight. We had the specific dates to go on certain places, so we had to be like really stuck to the schedule. But it didn't pass 1 month. Yeah.
This was a mission. You were employed.
No. Actually, no. I was actually, yes, but he actually invited me. He invited me not to work.
You're not working.
Not working, thank God.
So, if he invited, he paid.
No, he didn't.
I'm inviting you guys to travel around the world.
No, he didn't. I mean, I tell her that he invited me because he saved a spot for me. You know how travels, and Terezinha knows that a lot because she travels a lot, especially with big groups. We have to,
Feelings.
Exactly, right? So he saved me one, and it was
You
like
saved him.
well, yeah.
But it was good anyway.
And it was really interesting because on that group, I was like the only person who knew how to speak English. So I had to help out everybody. So I was traveling, I was not working, but still. You see, guys, English is not just about learning. Oh, okay, my mom tells me to come here. I'm going to be here whatsoever. Oh, wow, let's repeat that. So boring. Guys, it's not that. When you get the chance to communicate with other people, like fluently, like eye to eye, face to face, it's like, dude, I can do that. It's good. It's good, right? So that was more like the experience that I had all over the world.
But I will insist, I'm sorry. Sure. One thing that you considered pretty easy and one thing that you remember, that was hard about being abroad.
Food.
It doesn't matter.
Food. Food was hard. Food was really hard. If you go to Bolivia, for real, pack your bags with noodles, with cup noodles. I'm telling you, the chicken is, Bolivian people, I love you, but the chicken is horrible. It's horrible. It's so bad. I'm so sorry. But it is. I had difficulties. People that traveled with me, they were sick all the time. The water is not so well, treated. And food was the hardest. The best thing was, once again, learning about cultures. I mean, it's so pretty when you see, oh my God, we have diversity. We actually have diversity. It's not what just we hear on TV. I am living that. And, Bolivia, I met, Indian people from the Incas, the Mayas, and, it's gorgeous, beautiful. The culture is amazing. When I went to Israel, I stayed in Jerusalem, the old city, and you see those Orthodox people, wearing those hats and with the hair all curly.
It's like you were not.
It's like in a movie.
In the movie,
it's
yeah.
like in a movie.
You don't
and you're
believe
like,
your eyes.
oh, darn it, that exists.
Does exist.
It's so weird, but so enriching at the same time.
Sure. We were talking, and you said something like this: "I can't live without music."
Yeah.
How's that? I can't live without music.
That's
something.
Yeah, that's my passion. That's my true passion. That's the thing that I want to do for my life. Like it's what moves me. My entire family is musician. My father plays the trumpets. My mom plays the tambourine. My sisters play the drums and guitars, and they sing. I don't play anything because I don't have the discipline. I'm sorry. I'm being a bad example here as a teacher, but so my entire family has this music background, and we were raised in the music environment. So my sister started singing, I started to imitate them, and things went on, and I participated in lots of choirs, and for a time in my life, I worked with music, doing background vocals for some singers, which I heard something. Gospel singers,
Right.
Most of you don't know them, but it's part of me. It's part of me. So that's why I told you before that I can't live without it. It's like my true passion.
It's part of it's your identity.
Yeah, like I have to wake up and listen to some music, otherwise my day's gonna be crappy. So.
And is there a favorite song?
Ooh.
It's so difficult to answer this
Don't
question.
ask me that.
Yeah.
I do have a favorite singer.
So tell us.
Beyonce. Come on. Actress, singer, performer, model, mom, wife, God. Come on. Queen, diva. You know?
Diversity you like, I understand.
Exactly. She's the queen, right? Thank you. Thank you for agreeing with me.
Is there a song, because you said you worked with it, is there a song you especially liked to sing when you were working because it touched you differently?
Not a particular song, but it's more like how the melody and how the harmony makes you feel. Especially when you're singing gospel, you kind of have to feel it. If you don't feel it, it's like for nothing. So if it moves you, I was there in the zone, feeling it, wanting to pass that to the public and to whoever was listening. But I never had a particular song that stayed and stays with me up to now.
Because this thing of music is strange, because sometimes you don't understand the language of the song.
True.
And you like it a lot, and just for curiosity you go look, and then it has to do with you somehow.
True.
So music touches this way.
This is really curious because my father was talking to me this week, and he received on WhatsApp a video to a song that back in the day, it was like the 70s, they used to dance a lot, and he didn't know it was actually, they used to dance a lot in clubs, right? Get that information. And he didn't know that that song was actually a gospel song. It talks about Zion and something like, I don't remember the melody, I don't know the name of it, but it was really interesting because he told me that he felt something different and he liked the song, but he didn't know at all what it meant. So I guess that's what you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
As long as it moves you, it's fine, right?
That's why I asked you if there is something, because it always has to do with the person somehow, right? You told me you've got a different personality. I'm saying different, not you, because you said, I'm the one who is outgoing and reserved. So I found it a little curious. How come it's a mix? And then you mentioned something like attracting good energy. I memorized at this point because I believe you were raised, you said you were not a religious person. I'm sorry, my ignorance, I don't know exactly what this means, but maybe you were not going to a certain place regularly. But your influences were religious, right? So you have this attracting good energy, being outgoing to attract good energy, I understood this way, astrology, and I think these things, I don't think they always match. And you were here telling us all these things are in you. How can you arrange these things together? And I mean, you are in a family which is religious, and then you like astrology, which religious people in general, they don't mind about, they don't give it attention. And then this energy stuff that superstitious people in general believe. So how can you put this all together, man?
You know what, Connie? It's like I'm listening to my mom now. You were raised like this, but now you're different. What's going on? It's like I'm a whole mess. I am a whole mess. I am confusing. It's like I get something from here, then from here, and then there, and then I try to mix everything and make who I am. I do have a religious background, but life has taught me so many things when it comes to being open to new points of views. And I was raised in a certain point of view, and I had the opportunity to actually focus on different points of views, which is great for me. Some people can't, understand the diversity of things in life, and that's why I am somehow spiritual, and then I talk about astrology, and then I mix everything together, and it's weird for some people, and it makes sense for others. For me, it makes sense. And you mentioned of me being outgoing and reserved. I am a Sagittarius. Don't mess with my privacy. That's my privacy. So that's why I say that I am reserved. So I like to keep my things on my side. Don't touch it. It's not yours to touch. And I am outgoing because Sagittarius are cool people. We like to laugh. We like to talk. We're so
good company.
Yeah, come on, we are, right? Come on. And
there is a story. Correct me if I'm mistaken, because I'm not the one who knows it. Because they have arrows pointing everywhere. And Sagittarius like so many things, and then I read once that they pointed their arrows. I want this, I want that, I want this too, I want that. And this maybe makes this confusion.
Yeah,
does it make sense?
It does, because actually, when it comes to love, it's like people say, "Ew, you're Sagittarius. You're not going to stay with just one person." Right? You see the arrow? Okay. That's not true. That's not true. We have to analyze the Venus and the moon, okay? Not only the sign, not only the sun, okay? So let's take the whole map and let's analyze it, all right? So, but yeah, we like to learn different things. It's like one of our passions. And that's why people say that Sagittarius like to travel a lot. Because when you travel a lot, you meet different people, you meet different things. It's like, it's making you a better person. So
you are free to wish for things and to accept what you like. It doesn't matter what the others will.
We just want peace. That's what matters.
Well, since we are talking about astrology.
There she comes.
No, I've never understood this sign stuff. Because I've never believed it's going to happen this and that. When you read the paper, how many people are reading that, and will that happen to everybody? So this I never considered. But when you read the characteristics of a people under a certain sign, it's something that shocks because
it matches.
Because it matches.
Yeah.
And then, for example, you were a Sagittarius. I'm a Libra.
Yes, you are.
My father was a Sagittarius, right? Does your sign go with mine?
Yeah, it does.
Really?
Because your element is air.
Air.
My element is fire.
So love is in the air.
Exactly. It's pretty fun because it's all about the elements. Of course, guys, I'm not an astrologist. I just like astrology, okay?
Yeah, he's curious about it.
I'm really curious about it. And your air makes my fire better. You make me better.
You see, I told you.
That was cute, right? That was cute.
Yeah.
So, like, for real, my sister, I have two sisters. And one is Leo, and the other one is Libra. Leo is fire.
Fire and fire.
Fire and fire, explosion. So that's why me and her, we used to fight a lot. And the other one is a Libra. She's more like diplomatic. She likes to balance things, harmonize things. And she was always in the middle, controlling ourselves. And, that's it. Air.
Yeah, you said that my air makes you better. And nothing in you makes me better.
Well.
What in Sagittarius makes me better?
I bring you happiness. What about it?
Cool.
Okay, right?
Okay. So we have a match.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Thank you for your availability, for being this sympathetic guy. Yes, every time you come to him, He always has a smile, and he's always ready to help us. Thank you very much. I invite you back. You guys, thank you very much for coming here. I hope that this has helped you open more doors and ideas of what you can do with your English. We are going to be here again next year, okay? And this is our 4th talk show, speaking from CCAA Nova Iguaçu Shopping. Thank you very much. This is Connie speaking. Bye-bye. Wow.